guys, Joe here from Crypto Consulting Institute, and we are lucky enough to have the CEO of TravelbyBit, Caleb, here. I've been enjoying his software that he's rolled out into merchants over the last couple of days. I've enjoyed a coffee. I've been to a luxury retailers as well, and yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. So it's great to catch up with the man that's behind all of this exciting technology. So thank you for being here, Caleb.
No, thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So what I want to do to really start off with is just get a bit more understanding to educate the audience, I guess, as to what you're really trying to achieve, because this is the future. So it's always great to hear it from the main man himself as to what his product is doing and how he's rolling that out.
There's been a lot of speculation in the investment side of things, and I felt that for crypto to succeed, we really need genuine merchant adoption.
Yes.
That's really what it's about. Bitcoin's not just a store of value or investment vehicle, it's really a payments network. It's the world's first truly global currency. Anyone can send money from anywhere in the world within minutes at almost no cost, and regardless of exchange rates or borders, you can send it to anyone. I think that's a very, very powerful application, and that's what we're trying to exemplify and to enable through our platform on TravelbyBit.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And so I think Caleb's kind of underselling himself a little bit here. His company has exploded recently. I know you've got a backlog of merchants that are looking to come on board and use the software at the minute. You've also been voted, aren't you flying down to Sydney? You've been voted one of the best companies in the tech space.
I know, well, yeah, so we're up for a few FinTech Australia awards, which
Wow.
is really gratifying. I mean, the team's put in a lot of hard work into this. What we're doing is really new. Blockchain payments is something very innovative. We are right at the beginning of this, I guess, technology revolution. So yeah, so we're grateful to our supporters, our users. I just want to thank everyone for being patient and trying out the system, because I mean, it takes a lot of effort to learn the technology and actually make transactions. And it's great that you came down from Melbourne and you're traveling by Bit and paying with Bitcoin. It's really awesome to see people using it, because that's what we do. We put the platform out there. We encourage users, because whether crypto succeeds or not depends on
The
user
adoption.
Yeah, user adoption.
Yeah. So Caleb's the main man behind Brisbane adopting. Brisbane was the world's first Bitcoin accepting airport, from what I understand, and Caleb was the man behind rolling that out as well, which is really cool with your company TravelbyBit, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. I think that move by Brisbane Airport Corporation was a really gutsy move. They're the first in the world. I guess crypto has always had a mixed reception in the I guess the corporate world. They took some risks with us, and I think it's paying off. I guess the other thing I want to point out is crypto has always been there for usage online, so you can pay bills online through Living Room or Satoshi, and that's a great service. What we're trying to do here with TravelbyBit is to take it to the brick and mortar stores, because that makes it a little bit more real when you can buy your coffee in Bitcoin.
Yeah, definitely.
And so 20 million people goes through Brisbane Airport every year, and to have that storefront that goes Bitcoin accepted here, and you can spend crypto and you can make a real world use case out of crypto payments. I think that's a very, very powerful message to the rest of the world.
Yeah, and this is, as Caleb was alluding to earlier, this is where mass adoption comes in, because right now there's a little bit of a difference between the users of cryptocurrencies and actually exchanging for goods or services. But being able to walk into a store and simply tap or scan a QR code like you'll see in my video that I did the other day, it's such a simple process. And it's great that someone's actually rolled this out and made it mainstream for people and for retailers to accept a different form of currency into their business, because it could even increase their sales.
Yeah, we're trying to introduce a new kind of market. I mean, the purpose behind TravelbyBit is to attract overseas travelers.
Yeah.
Because it makes a lot of sense in the travel space to pay with one currency around the world. You don't have to keep changing currencies. You don't have to worry about leftover currencies or worry about credit card fraud. So if we can get travelers from overseas paying with crypto, I think that's the real world use case there. But yeah.
It's really cool. So I'm sure a lot of you, or if you haven't, you have now heard of Agnes Waters. So tell us a bit about Agnes Waters, because I know that was your project, that's your doing. So let the audience know about that, because that's really, really cool.
Well, I won't take all the credit for that. I mean, the town folk have been instrumental. Like I sort of mentioned before, we don't necessarily market ourselves. People come to us. So this is very much a social movement. Crypto is a social movement. So the townfolk wanted to accept payments in crypto. They wanted to brand themselves as a crypto-friendly town. We just enabled them to do it. And what they're doing there now is really interesting. You've got retirees experimenting with Bitcoin. But
how cool is that?
Yeah, but they that's the thing. They had Bitcoin even before we got there. So they've got a little crypto club going on in town. They've bought into all sort of funny cryptos as well. So it's a social movement. You don't know who's involved in crypto. That's the really interesting thing I found as part of this journey. Even in the large corporate companies, even in the banks, there's one or two people in management who have crypto and do support the movement, and this is how the movement will succeed, right? It's the people are pushing for what the people want.
And this, I guess, like anything, you have your early adopters, and then it'll move into a growth phase when it's accepted by the masses, and then keep growing from there, the more people that get on board with it.
Yeah, so I mean, in Australia, I guess tap and pay with your credit cards very, very easy. We don't see the consequence of that. The risk of merchant fraud and chargebacks don't go to the consumer, it goes to the merchants. So to change consumer behavior to pay with crypto it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but if you look at Asia, especially China, payments with QR codes on smartphones is the norm.
Yeah, it's normal, definitely.
And so I think there will be a shift in population who might actually embrace this, just because it's cool to do.
How awesome is that? So I guess the last question I really want to touch on here is, tell us about the future of TravelbyBit, because you guys are expanding at such a rapid rate, and more people are wanting to come on board with Caleb and the team because of the great things that they're doing and achieving over here. So what's the future for you guys?
Well, like I said, TravelbyBit digital currency payment processor. We enable any business to take payments in crypto. We make it really simple for them. We provide some tax and accounting support on our system, and we encourage everyone to use it. At the moment, I guess our focus is just signing up more merchants, encouraging and educating people, and education is a big part, and it's great what you're doing, in terms of teaching people how to use wallets, spreading a bit of Bitcoin around. I think that's the critical part of the adoption. It's a social movement. All of us need to get involved with it, and that's only how we can perhaps change how some of the economic structures of the world currently function.
Awesome.
So Bitcoin to me means a lot. I mean, I got into Bitcoin partially because from an ideological point of view, I come from originally come from Malaysia, migrated from Malaysia. As you will see in the newspapers, the Malaysian government, in fact the Prime Minister, was involved in the scandal where he embezzled over $4 billion dollars, $4 billion.
Wow.
And it was the banks, Goldman Sachs, some of the large banks in
Doesn't
Singapore.
surprise me.
They facilitated this.
Wow.
On one hand, they're saying crypto is, used by money launderers, but my God, the banks have helped rob our country. And
Yeah.
at that point of time, the value of the currency of our country was falling, and so some friends and a lot of us got into crypto just because of that.
Yeah.
The other element was there were political opposition or dissidents at that time to the government, which could were censored because of their bank accounts being closed down, and so that's why I really felt that Bitcoin made a difference in that environment. And I feel this is why we need a censorship-resistant form of money. That's what this whole thing is about, right? It's not just about buying coffee in Bitcoin. You're supporting a network that supports a bigger cause.
Yeah. I love that mindset. That's the way to look at it for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, good news at the end of all this story is we managed to get rid of that prime minister. A month ago, we've elected a new government, and
did they use the blockchain to re-elect?
No,
I know it's been used for a poll already.
For polls and all that, but no, I think the blockchain wasn't involved in this, but people were involved with it, because at the end of the day, this is a people movement. Crypto is a people movement. And, if people make their voice heard, they can change the world. And I think in Malaysia, I'm really proud of what's happened. The people came out, they voted, and they got a new government, and they're holding the old prime minister accountable for what he's stolen.
There you go. So for the retailers that are watching this right now, that want to come on board, how can they find TravelbyBit? How can they find you? And how can they integrate your awesome software so they can start accepting Bitcoin as a payment and the other cryptocurrencies as well that you support?
Reach out to us on Facebook, but I think that the easiest way is to go on our website. We've got a merchant form. Just sign up there. Be patient with us. We've got a backlog to get through. And yeah, we'll be happy to induct you and get on board. The other thing is go on YouTube, check out some of Joe's videos, learn the background, do your research before you decide you want to accept payments in crypto. You need, in some ways, it's a sacrifice from the merchant, so because they have to invest time to learn, to train your staff, and if you're not prepared to go all the way with it, I would say don't do this. Do this if you're prepared to invest time and you want to support the movement.
But if you want to be at the forefront of this technology and you want to be seen as a leader in the retail space, I know Boost Juice were doing a competition where they were giving away Bitcoin at one point when it was at its peak last year. So if you want to be recognized as an industry leader, this is a great chance for you to jump on board with Caleb's technology. So what I'll do, I'll post in the link below the TravelbyBit website, so you guys can click on there and check out Caleb and the team and all the awesome things that they've been doing already. So really appreciate Caleb's time, and it's great to have someone of this prestige on the show. So thank you for your time. Really appreciate that. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. All the best, guys. Have a good day.